Hello students, myself Mrs. Kharida is going to start chapter 7 of part 3 slides. The chapter is an imperial capital Vijayanagara. So let's start. The point is the sacred center. Choosing a capital. The capital Vijayanagara was situated on the bank of the river Tungabhadra. The capital was associated with the sacred traditions. According to the local traditions, the hills surrounded the empire once sheltered the monkey kingdom Bali and Sugriva. You know, in Ramayana, in epic Ramayana, there is the Bali and Sugriva story. Other traditions suggested that Pampa Devi, the local mother goddess, did penance in these hills to marry Virupaksha. Virupaksha, known as a form of Shiva. To this day, this marriage is celebrated annually in the Virupaksha temple. Before the Vijayanagara Empire, on those hills, there were also Jaina temples built. So, temple building in this region had a long history. Other rulers of this region before Vijayanagara Empire, such as the Pallavas, Chalukyas, Hoysalas, and Cholas, also built temples. The temples were the centers of learning. Rulers and other people also donated lands, resources for the maintenance of temples. The temples developed as important religious, social, cultural, and economic centers. The site of Vijayanagara was inspired by the existence of the shrines of Virupaksha and Pampadevi. Vijayanagara kings claimed to rule on behalf of the Virupaksha. All the royal orders were signed as Sri Virupaksha, usually in the Kannada script. Next, Gopuram and Mandapas. Gopuram or Gopura means an entrance tower, especially the entrance of the Hindu temple in the southern India. And Mandapa in Hindu temple architecture is a pillared hall or pavilion for public rituals. These were probably meant as reminders of the power of kings. They were able to get the resources, techniques, and skills needed to construct these towering gateways. The mandapas and gopurams were also decorated and designed by the skilled person. So this is the picture of showing the parts of the temple. Next, here are the other two pictures showing clearly the parts of the temple: Shikhara, Kalasha, Garbhagriha, Gopuram, etc. Next, another building of Vijayanagara Empire known as Kalyana Mandapa. Here the wedding ceremonies were performed, and it is the picture of Gopuram built by the Nayakas. In the middle picture, it is shown that how the pillar of Kalyan Mandapa was decorated or designed. Next, let us discuss about the other two famous temples of Vijayanagara temple empire. They were Virupaksha temple and Vithala temple. So Virupaksha temple was built over centuries. The temple was extended with the establishment of Vijayanagara empire. Krishnadeva Raya built the eastern Gopuram and mandapas of the temple. The halls in the temple were used for music, dance, marriages of the deities, and deities to swing, etc. So this is the temple. Next, this is the picture of Virupaksha temple, and it is the image of Virupaksha god. Next, next temple, it is the Vithala temple. Vithala is the form of Vishnu. The Vithala deity is worshipped generally in Maharashtra. The introduction of the worship of deity is in Karnataka. This temple has several halls and a unique shrine designed as a chariot. Another feature of this temple is that the chariot streets that extended from the temple Gopuram in a straight line. These streets were paved with stone slabs and lined with pillared pavilions. The merchants set up their shops on that pavilions. Next, this is the picture of the stone chariot of Vithala temple. It is a colorful picture. Next, plotting places, temples, and bazaars. After the initial surveys by Mackenzie's, information collected together from travelers' accounts and inscriptions. In 1976, Hampi was recognized as a site of national importance. Over 20 years, dozens of scholars from all over the world worked to compile and preserve the informations. The first step was to divide the entire area into a set of 25 squares. Each area represented by by a letter of the alphabet. Then each of small squares was subdivided into a set of smaller squares. Each smaller squares was further subdivided into smaller units. Here you can see in those plotting there are the showing of roads, bazaars, shrines, places, etc. George Michael John M. Fries M.S. Nagaraja wrote that the wooden elements like beams, ceilings, towers have vanished. Only the stone structures survive. So these are the planning and plotting of Vijayanagara Empire by showing the map. Next, this is the picture of Krishnadevaraya and his two queens, Chinna Devi and Tirumala Devi. So now we have completed the chapter. Thank you.